Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to address the title in the video, basically why I dropped an A-level subject, and maybe give you something to think about. If you have any further comments or questions, please leave them down below in the comment section and let's get started. So first of all, you're probably thinking, what subject did you even drop? And the answer is physics. If you've been a long time subscriber, you would know that I initially started sixth form with biology, chemistry, physics and maths, and now I'm in my final year, which is year 14 Northern Ireland or year 13 England, and now I study biology, chemistry, maths. Before we get into the actual reasons as to why I dropped the subject, I just want to make it clear that I was not struggling with the course content at all. In fact, my grade in physics has never dipped below an A star since I started the subject in third year, which is something I am very proud of. It's not a flex, I just want to paint the situation for you and give you a background as to why I dropped it. So now let's get into the reasons. You're probably thinking, why would you drop an A-star subject? First of all, the workload. Life as a prospective medical student is not very easy at the minute. Because of COVID, it means that everyone has gotten really high grades, and although medicine would have been a very competitive course before, it has become even more competitive now. You're trying to juggle so many different tasks such as personal statement, getting outstanding references from your teachers, getting those good UCAT and BMAT scores. And so for me, A-levels were the least of my worries, but then when I actually thought about it, I was like, I don't know whether I'm going to sit an exam this year. Exams have been cancelled for the last 2 years, which means that I don't have a lot of that prior knowledge and I have to work harder at my subjects. I was finding it really hard to concentrate in class because I took 2 days off at the start of the year to do my UCAT. I came back and I knew nothing. It seemed like so quickly we had progressed onto the next topic, and I was like, oh shit, I haven't got that knowledge. How the hell am I going to be able to do the other stuff? And I was finding it really hard to do my homeworks, which I was barely doing because I had other stuff going on. So it was really hard to just manage everything, and my stress levels were so high. And that's just a small example as to how hard it was for me to juggle each of these tasks. My overall understanding of the topics was really poor, and I was actually kind of disappointed in how I wasn't able to give my A-levels and the homeworks that I was getting the attention it needed. Which brings me to reason 2, study periods. For those of you that don't know, at A-level or at sixth form, everybody gets study periods, and that's basically so that you're able to keep up with the demands that A-level courses require. In my school, we get 9 periods of study if you do 4 subjects, or 18 periods of study if you do 3 subjects. Now that's a lot of study periods. 18 is a really good amount and would enable you to do lots of work in the study. This was a major factor in my decision. If it was maybe 2 or 3 extra periods of study, I would not have dropped physics. However, getting 9 extra periods of study equates to 4.5 hours, which is definitely not a trivial amount at all. It's been 1 week since I dropped physics, and let me tell you, my stress levels have just gone down, touch wood, quite a bit. Last week I cried almost 7 times. This week I've cried once. Make of that what you will, but I think that having those extra study periods has helped me get a lot of my homework done. It's helped me do a lot of my revision and just actually revise for my A-levels. I am actually sitting the BMAT in November, which means that I need time to study. So by getting all my work done in school, I can come home, I can chill for a bit, and then I can just get into the BMAT work. So yeah, that's a bonus. Reason number 3 is I don't even need the subject. For medicine, which is what I'm applying to, you need biology, chemistry, and either physics or maths, or you can choose another subject. You don't need 4 A-levels, you need 3. Now one thing to note is that I said maths or physics. I didn't say maths and physics. Biology and chemistry were obviously compulsory. I couldn't drop those. So it was between physics and maths. Now for maths this year, my exam board has taken off 40% of the course, which equates to all of the statistics and all of the mechanics. So it's just pure maths. Physics, however, they have taken nothing off apart from 1 practical unit, which basically means I have to do all of that content. It would be a pretty stupid decision to have to do all of those units as opposed to just 1 maths unit. One of my teachers, when I was talking to them, said, you have to have a very good reason as to why you want to do 4 A-levels, because if you don't need it, drop it. Practically every course in the UK needs 3 subjects, not 4. So I was like, why should I compromise getting my grade in a subject like chemistry, which I definitely do need, for physics? And why should I just, study physics instead of getting my 4.5 extra hours of study periods a week? These are small things that you have to think about when you're at A-level. which is why I wanted to give some advice as to how I came about this decision, because I know it's not a small thing and also a lot of people do drop subjects at this time. So first of all, ask for advice. I literally talked to so many people when I was thinking of dropping a subject. I talked to quite a few of my friends who do 3 subjects. I talked to a few of my teachers. I talked to my careers teacher, and I did a lot of research online and just maybe went on like student forums like Reddit or the student room just to see what people said. Literally everybody that I spoke to, apart from my physics teacher, was like, drop it. It literally lifts the workload off so much. I could get my physics file out. It is massive, and I'm so glad that I don't have to worry about that content ever again, and I can focus on the subjects like biology and chemistry that require so much work. I think a big thing is to do with the fact that we didn't even sit exams last year. It's just kind of too much because I haven't experienced this much work before, so I really just needed to make that decision, and by asking people, it definitely did consolidate what I had learned. The next thing is to research. You have to understand that nobody can do this for you apart from you. There are so many websites out there. Like if you're applying for medicine, you might have heard of the Medic Portal. They have some pretty good information. There's just so many different sites. You can even go onto universities' own websites, the ones you want to choose, go into their entry requirements and read what you need. That will enable you to filter out subjects you don't need. Prioritize. So this is a bit of tough love, but as someone who's just done it, let me say, you might enjoy a subject, but that doesn't mean that subject's going to be useful for your course. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it worth compromising 3 subjects for 1 excellent grade? And I think the answer is no. One of my friends, she actually had to pull up her grade in chemistry, so even though she was amazing at Spanish, she had to drop it just because she needed chemistry for her A-level course. I know this does sound awful. I wasn't sure about dropping physics, but then I had to think and make a sacrifice because this year chemistry is so hard. Like, I can see the step up, and I didn't think it was worth getting a really good grade in physics if I wasn't going to get a grade in chemistry that my universities would need. And that's the thing, you don't want to be in a situation where a university is not going to accept you just because of your grades. Like, think about it. You managed to get through the pre-interview process, the interview process, they gave you an offer, and you just don't fulfill it because of a subject. Like, it's hard, but it's one of those things that sometimes you have to do. So to summarize, think about why you want to drop a subject. Think about your main reasons. There should be at least one deciding reason. Talk to people and ask for advice. And most importantly, research. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up because it really helps me out. And other than that, leave any questions you have down in the comment section below and I'll answer them. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week for another video. Bye!